Hello and welcome back to Lumosity. Lumosity.com is down while we make a couple of small improvements. Check back soon. We'll be online again shortly. While you're waiting, learn about brain health tips on our Facebook page. Read about cutting-edge neuroscience news on our blog. Follow the conversation on Twitter. Find answers in our help center. Let's start at the beginning, shall we? No! Let's jump directly to the blog. Oh. Yeah, that didn't work. Oh, okay. I guess we won't be reading anything on the blog then. Let's go to the help center. Why is Lumosity broken? My game won't learn. Noon bug. Users unable to have game scores recorded on March 7th. What? No! What? That was 2 days ago. My scores then weren't recorded. But I don't think I had any great scores. What a problem. I'll just make new scores. It's whatever. Update. Our engineers have put out a fix for this problem, and users should now be able to complete all of our games and view their scores. Beginning around 6 p.m. Pacific Standard, March 7th, many users started experiencing problems after completing a game. After finishing a game and hitting the continue button, users have been receiving an error message stating, "Something went wrong. Try again." Or seeing a blue spinning gear. Oh, I thought that was my internet connection. But that's not the only time that's happened. It's happened a few times. Oh, well, at least I finally noticed it. Our engineers are currently working on this issue and hope to resolve the matter shortly. And/or birdwatch. But they are. Your eyes are simply not good enough. Occasionally, at higher difficulty levels, which flash the birds faster, the birds may fail to appear. In these cases, you may hear the sound of the bird but not see it. If you are sure that the bird did not flash, there are a couple steps you can try to resolve this. For step 1, for Chrome users. If you're not using Chrome, blah, 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 move on to step 2. Click the plus... Wait, what? Skip to step 2? Skip to step 2. Pepper Flash? What's Pepper Flash? Disable Hotopi Flash Player's hardware acceleration, eh? Interesting. Okay, interesting. Okay, never mind. Shut up. Okay, that was very not interesting. How do I cancel or delete my account? I want to be stupid again. I had taste of smart and it doesn't rub me right way. I'm tired. My games won't load. What do I do? Okay, this is fun. That's really fun. This is more like it. Oh, cool. We're announcing Lumosity's haiku contest winners. Wait, what? What's it? Why wasn't I invited to this? What? But, oh, I should check my email, shouldn't I? What happened? What happened? Oh, short poems. I thought it was going to be some kind of game that objectively measured cognitive performance where I could come and emerge victorious amongst my lesser brethren. Brethren? Oh, that makes them sound so almost equal to me. Ew. Oh, man. Oh, stop. Oh! Oh, man. Okay, so they got the blog up, but they still don't have Lumosity.com up. Okay, well, I guess this episode is going to be about the blog, which is no longer working. What? This might be my internet. I do hear raining out. Oh! Turning numbers into knowledge. And Lumosity will notice that different people excel at different games. Some members race through blah blah blah. Okay, here's the thing. If the blog is intermittent, I assume this is as well, and there it goes. When? Let's begin. Let's train. Let's survey start. I feel on this fine Monday morning a little well. Okay, nothing particularly spectacular, nothing horribly bad. Someplace in the middle of that. And more in the middle of that, like smack dab in the middle of it, about here, yeah. I slept for some time last night, beyond 1 hour and less than 20 hours. Probably a little bit closer to 1 hour than 20 hours. However, because I went to sleep at 5, and I got up at, I don't even really know when, because there's like that springing forward and stuff. Okay, so 5:30 to 12:30, I think is what it was. That's 7 hours. That's decent. Okay, Penguin Pursuit. Oh, great. It's a long game. But we already spent a whole big chunk of this episode stuck in not doing anything land. The land where everything with point comes to lose that and become pointless. Everything with point comes to become dulled, or goes to become dulled, and become pointless. Oh, what an horrid place. Get it? What a horrid? No, what an horrid. What an horrid place. An horrid? See, I read once that you put an N, that it's an, when there's an H in the next word. I read another place that, no, that's only true if the H is silent. Well then, I would ask that person who said that, why is it only the H that is silent? What about other words? That's racist, isn't it? That's racist against H. What about if it's silence we're talking about, what about other silent words? Silent, they begin with vowels, but apparently with another letter. Like, well, I'm sure there's one out there, right? At least one, certainly. One word. Give me that, audience. Come on, look it up. Find me one word. Find me one word. And then also post a link to. But part of the episode, I told you to look up that for me, because otherwise I'm gonna be like, what the heck did you bring that up for? Interesting, but how's that related? Yeah, that's what I'll be able to like. So do tell me, and I'll be able to watch this part of the video and be like, oh, so that's what I asked for. Yeah, just make it convenient for me. Because by the time I upload this, I will have forgotten my request. It will no longer matter to... No, it'll still matter to me. Will have forgotten that it mattered to me. Does that make sense? So I'll be like, oh, very interesting. But why did I want to know this? I mean, I'm glad I know it now, but I don't remember asking to know that. It's like you read my mind or something. Like you knew my mind better than I knew my mind. So yeah, just save us all a bit of awkwardness when I'm all like, oh, very interesting random fact. And you'll be like, but you said in the video that I was supposed to find you a word that... Wait, what? Oh dear, I forgot what it was. No, I didn't. Oh, it'd be so classic CChesster. But no, actually, I asked for a word that begins in a vowel sound. However, it is written beginning with a consonant which is not H. And in those cases, bonus points, would you put an an or an a before that? Now, if it's not a noun, I suppose you won't probably be putting an a or an in front of that and be grammatically correct, unless my cursory inspection of grammar is incorrect. I don't really know. I'm just thinking about. Well, let's see. When would I say a? Well, like a a noun. A noun is how I'd use a. I can't. At the moment, I can't think of any other places. Verbs? Verbs? Will we do it with verbs? Oh, I suppose we might do it with adjectives that would be preceding nouns, possibly, maybe. Possibly, maybe, I'm not sure. Like, it was a dark night. That dark is the adjective there, and we're putting a in front of that. Or, an horrid night. But then, of course, probably wouldn't be an. That just sounds weird. Usually when something sounds weird, it's because it's incorrect. That's how I use grammar. That's how I know grammar. If it sounds wrong, it must be. Yeah, that's grammar advice from CChesster. Do that and you'll be just fine. Of course, you will have to have spent at least 200 years in an English-speaking environment. And of course, considering that English language changes pretty much just about every one of its words every 200 years or so. Probably less than that. Or at least many words are less than that. Yeah, and certainly grammar rules. My gosh, that's blur along with the wind, you know. Oh, so today you're supposed to do. Well, guess what? In 50 years, is way more correct. And 50 years ago was definitely the only acceptable thing to do in such a situation. Yeah. Right. Anyway, we managed to get to the end here. Excellent. I can stop rambling while making very little progress to the end of the episode here, you know. This is a very long game. You know, until we get to about round 20, I could still save time by changing the game to something else. In fact, let's do that right now. Instead of playing a few numbers, a few things there and saying, yeah, I'm really not going to do it today, let's move on to this. Excellent. Alright, word bubbles. This is going to be a break from rambling for the moment. Innards. Oh, that's not how you spell that. Perhaps this. Innards. Oh, come on. Intuitive. Intuitively, you suck. What? What? How? What? Intuitiveness. Intuitive. Innings. Inklings. Inkler. Inkler. That's interesting. Insinuate. Interfere. Yes. Okay. In it. No. Fars. Faring fairest. Oh, come on. It's totally work. Spelled differently. Fark. Farming. Farmers. Oh, how could I possibly forget that one? Failings. Your failings are many. Fairness. Well, in all fairness, I'm just a 18-year-old, I guess, now. I don't know, I could say I was less than that. Fallings. Fastness. Fast. Fantastic. Fantastical. Phantasma. No! Multiverse. I am versed in many things. That is totally a word. Scrabble dictionary. You are inadequate. Multiples. Multiplying. Multiplication. What would that be a word? Multiply. I'd multiply. Mulch. Mulch. God, I love the smell. Am I right? No, it smells horrible. Yeah, I know. I was being a little bit sarcastic. Apparently didn't realize it. Mull. I'm mulling. It's not helping. Mulling over words. Much mulling. Much fail. Munching. Murdering. Mustard. Spill mustard. Moop. Mum. Oh, no. Please, no. We're not... What is it? All the really slowed games today? Is that what we're doing? Or we're supposed to be doing? I don't think so. You were talking about flying once. I don't like hearing about it, but at least it's something to talk about. Something which you can focus on. Something you know something about, or at least you should know something about. I mean, you passed the test with 100 somehow. I still think you cheated, but whatever. Yes, but I did pass the practical exam. You know, the practical test, like, with the check ride. I did pass, you know, I didn't crash the plane with my instructor in it, basically. Although I did technically, and we've been over this, I did technically fail one of the areas, and if he wanted to, he could have failed me the whole thing. Yeah! So yes, I passed because he wasn't completely following his job, maybe, if you want to look at it that way. I don't really think, it's a pretty strict test. I mean, come on. I was like 100 feet off. Yeah, I know. If we're landing and you're 100 feet off, that could put you 100 feet underground. But, or 100 feet too high, in which case, yeah, you're not going to be landing anytime soon. That way, you're going to be having to make a lot of go-arounds. And, like, infinite go-arounds. Well, go-arounds, the engine runs out of fuel. If that's the case. Yeah. Anyway. But, of course, I would always think, and we've been over this, as I said, I will always think that, in fact, he was confused, and we actually didn't do it. We actually did do it. He forgot to ask for me to do it, but if he didn't ask me to do it, then it would be a problem. But, of course, I may have actually been off because it was a misunderstanding in the first place, which is why I was off. And I think I might have been off for one thing, but it was because it was a misunderstanding. it was a bit of a miscommunication, if you will, if you'll allow me to rephrase that, actually. Yeah, miscommunication, misunderstanding. But as it turned out, see, I was a little bit off on the S turns. But no one's off on S turns. Come on, those things are easy. But of course, I wasn't legit off. I only appeared to be off because because there was miscommunication, misunderstanding. So I wasn't really off, like, ability-wise. I was off on understanding-wise. We had a misunderstanding as to what was actually happening, what was the bad, blah, 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 blah. Basically, I told him what that was at an altitude that I was not at. I I told him I was at the right altitude, but then I went to a different altitude to actually do the thing. But he didn't. I forgot to tell him that I'd passed to a new altitude, and so he thought that when he looked at it later, the little thing to see what altitude I was at, he thought, oh, he's off altitude, he's wrong altitude. Well, fail! And so he puts a little F there next to S turns. And later, because no one fails S turns on altitude, come on, that's ridiculous. I got every other part of the S turn right. The other hard parts, right? I was only off on the entrance to the S turn after all. And, because of misunderstanding. So he thought I was off on the steep turns. Except there were no steep turns. Oh, so I think he might have misunderstood. Or he might have but based on his reaction when I said, but we didn't do steep turns. And he's like, well, you sure you want your license then? I'm like, yes, we did the steep turns. Oh, it's all coming back to me now. Oh, I just received it from, like, my brain. It opens. Oh, it's like, oh, I can't believe I didn't remember before. Yeah. Anyway, it's going to wrap this episode up. He also said, wow, you must have been really out of it. That's going to wrap this up. And goodbye.